After a tricky border crossing, we are finally in Guatemala.
We made it!
But every time you enter a new country, there's a whole learning process and a few roadblocks on the way. So today we're gonna show you what we do to get settled in a new place. Come on this adventure, 9 countries in 9 months, officially in country number 2!
Oh, it's F&A, man!
We are so excited to have you along for this adventure with us, so be sure to subscribe. We're on our way to Guatemala's second largest city, which I believe they call Sheila. Really long name, and then they're like, just call it Sheila, it's fine.
It's like Corta Santa Rubitarta.
It's supposed to be about 3 hours from the border, but it's rainy and it's trafficy, so it's definitely gonna take way longer than that. But we just pulled up the elevation. Right now we're at like 2,000 feet. We're going up over 7,000 feet of elevation.
That's very uphill. Look at this. The car is like, Olive's gonna get her fucking struggle on.
That's why we got the tow haul, baby.
Yeah, I got it on already. What's kind of crazy is Guatemala is actually like a fairly temperate climate. Once you get up into the mountains, it gets cold. Like right now, it's only 69 degrees and it's 2:30 in the afternoon. And as we go up in the mountain more, it's just gonna get cooler.
I don't know if you guys remember from last week's video, but at the border crossing, we were both like, whew, hot, caliente. And now just an hour or so up the road and it's like, it's cool out. I think the other reason this road is gonna take so long is that we keep getting stuck behind trucks and the trucks are moving slow. It's a really steep angle for a lot of weight. Have you ever seen a bus driver get out of his bus and go into a store to yell at a guy for having his truck in the wrong spot until he moves his vehicle? Well, that's what just happened here.
Buenos Aires. Español, más un poco.
Más o menos.
Documentos para... Key.
¿De dónde vienen?
Yeah, we crossed today. Yeah. Sí,
Ciudad
sticker.
Hidalgo. ¿Sí?
Yeah, sí.
¿Qué necesito?
Sus papeles
¿Papeles?
Papers?
¿Por qué?
de la camioneta.
¿De la vehicular? Sí.
The vehicle? This is fumigation for the vehicle?
Bueno.
Yeah, see?
Para vehicles.
Paco for our dog.
This
Pedro.
is the vehicle, I think.
And then vehicle papers.
Sí, ahí estamos.
Sí? Gracias.
Debe.
Sí?
Okay, gracias.
You're like, oh no.
What?
No! Because the cops
It's like,
are pulling us
don't
over.
stop, Frank.
Yeah,
Just
you gotta
go.
though. It's the best thing you could do is stop and just show your fucking papers and that's it.
Yeah, I'm just assuming they're gonna be like, and that'll be 500 quart
I was
cells.
saying no.
And they're like, yeah, blarg. So they wanted to see our import paperwork for the vehicle.
I want them to try to charge you for it.
Okay, I'll keep all these up here from now on. Just in case you were wondering, this is not gonna last very long. Okay. This road is pretty good except for the giant vehicle-sized potholes, the rivers and waterfalls like flowing through the road, a couple of downed trees, a couple of mudslides, a couple of broken down vehicles.
Otherwise, it's great.
Yeah, otherwise it's like a very pleasant, easy drive. There's also lots of hairpin turns. And then you kind of have to pass the big vehicles because they're going so incredibly slow. Blind passing, also super fun.
Yeah, I try to make it where it's not as blind as where a lot of the people are passing. But it's still pretty fucking blind.
That's a toonie for the swear jar.
We're over 8,500 feet now. It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever. Olive has been doing amazing, and I can't wait to get to the top and start to see the view coming down.
We hit the peak no problem, and now we get to test our brakes on the way down.
I'm also gonna downshift a little because I don't want to kill our brakes over here.
At this point, we're full traffic. We're trying to get to a spot. I do not acclimatize to elevation very well, I feel like. So I'm gonna need like go to bed now. Like it's 5 p.m. I would like to go to bed now.
Where I'm like over here like, yeah, let's go. What are we doing next? Yeah.
We're gonna find a spot to chill at for the night. Apparently we can sleep at this McDonald's parking lot if we could get to it.
It's gonna take us at least 15 minutes to get
We could walk there in like
3 seconds, 30 seconds.
If
a minute.
I could like jog and be there in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
We gotta get to the roundabout and then turn around.
Show them how far it is.
So this is the Golden Arches right there. And then this is our bumper to bumper traffic.
Not good. We will see you in the morning.
That's really tight.
Can you go take a peek?
Yeah.
I think we'll make it.
Yeah?
That bag. Good.
I think it was the
The bag.
or the traction boards.
Ah, yeah. Well, we made it.
Oh my god, did you guys hear that? The bum, 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 bum. We woke up bright and early this morning to move to downtown. We figured it would be a good idea to come down here before crazy traffic starts. And it's not so bad this morning, which is great. This guy's just a really bad parallel parker. But don't come the way that Google tells you because it's a low clearance.
We passed up that spot to now.
How? We missed the spot?
Yeah, it was like right here on the right or something. I didn't see it. Did you?
I don't know, but we're definitely not going
Maybe
that
this
way
is it?
again.
No.
Yeah, Parque.
Yeah, fuck it.
Clara e Tinto. I don't know. Doesn't seem wrong. It's pretty tight. Everything sounds dangerous. We made it to our secure parking lot. The owners here are super sweet. We told them we would spend 2 nights, maybe more, we'll see. We're gonna kind of wander around. But we have a couple of things that we need to take care of. We just got to Guatemala yesterday, so we have a couple of like house things and internet things and life things that we need to take care of. New country, new things.
AKA, we haven't done laundry in a very long time, and it needs to be done for our sheets to be clean.
I'm on my last pair of underwear, so this has gotta happen now.
Yeah, I think I have one left myself. And I normally wear the same underwear like 3 times a week. That's probably too much information, but you know, that's how it is.
First order of business, we want to drop our laundry off so we can get it back as quickly as possible. And then we got to find some internet. The woman who runs the car park has offered to do our laundry for us. She said for about 100 quartzels, 80 to 100, depending on how much. She only has a washer, not a dryer, which I think it rains here a lot. I was like, how long is it going to take to dry? She's like, yeah, I don't know, you know, sometime. If you want to do it, I'm cool with that. And we'll just like hang everything to dry. It's a lot of laundry. But she said it'll be okay. They hustling. They're making that cash, you know? Making that cash. Es mucho.
It's pretty good size.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe like 2 loads?
First stop is the bank. This bank is very funny because it has like motorcycles and things to buy before you actually even get to the cashier. So we've never tried this one, but let's see how it works. I think that Banco Azteca is more like a financial thing to where you could get like big ticket items. You could get stuff like motorcycles, you know, you could get high-end furniture or appliances for your home.
There's another bank right here.
ATM. Sí, aquí. ATM. So we found Banco GT Continental. You could actually find stuff in English on it too. It just does both wordings. And then the ATM costs about 31 quarts, I almost said pesos.
Our bank is supposed to return all of those ATM fees. We bank with SoFi, which we actually really love. And so almost immediately, as soon as you make the transaction, they return the fee for you and you can take money out at any bank anywhere. Time time for a tiny break to bring you an amazing van life recipe sponsored by Iceco. Because our kitchen is so tiny, the Iceco fridge is actually designed to act as our countertop. We built it into the space to be the centerpiece of this side of the van, and we absolutely love it. Our recipe today is one of my favorites, and I've just discovered a new way to make it even better. But first, we're gonna do a little veggie stir fry for the side. Potatoes, zucchini, onion, garlic, and a local vegetable called huisquil. This is super popular in Central America. I'm gonna get the potatoes and onions going first because they're gonna take the longest to cook. If you couldn't tell from the condensation on everything and the sweating dog, it's very hot in here, which actually would normally make a fridge have a really hard time. But the Iceco doesn't struggle at all. You can actually hear the compressor just kicked on, and it's operating just fine, and it's not taking that much juice from the power bank either. The huisquil gets the nubs chopped off, and then the whole thing gets peeled. Even though the huisquil has a little bit of a core, you use the entire vegetable. And if you don't have it at home, you can use sweet potato, more potatoes, or any other vegetable that you like a bell pepper. Woo! Things are moving really good in here, so we're gonna add all the rest of our veggies. Now we're gonna season with salt, pepper, and any other flavors that you like. I'm probably just gonna go into my spice cabinet and grab some random things. The greatest thing about this tiny kitchen is that I'm literally at an arm's distance to everything. So I can grab into the fridge, into my spice cupboard, and right into the pan, no problem. Now we're gonna get the main dish ready. We're diving into the Iceco to grab the ingredients. Now to get into the fridge, you might think it's annoying because you're gonna have to move everything that you have set up on your counter. But you can actually just lift the top of the fridge and move it out of the way. So we keep all of the bigger, harder stuffs like this miso that you're gonna need in the main compartment at the bottom, and then all of our softer things like the veggies go on top. And then when you're done, you just put the lid right back on. And the greatest part about a cooler fridge is that all the cold stays at the bottom. So even when you have the lid off, you don't lose that much heat transfer. Now we're gonna get our eggy sauce ready for our tofu scramble. I forgot to get the tofu. Dang it. My bro.
We don't have tofu.
We don't have tofu.
I didn't think we did.
I thought we had one left.
What's a tofu scramble without tofu?
No! Time to pivot!
Oh, nice pivot.
We're gonna make rice instead of tofu and have a delicious cheesy stir fry. Sometimes this happens in van life. You might be in the woods and realize that you don't have a specific ingredient, but I really wanna make this cheesy sauce, and it's actually pretty good on anything. 1/3 of a cup of any kind of unsweetened milk, or real milk if you want. 1 tablespoon nutritional yeast, 1 tablespoon miso paste, 2 tablespoons of tahini, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 TSP of onion powder, but we only have garlic powder because they don't sell onion powder in Central America. Things you learn when you travel abroad. And then a healthy portion of pepper. So you'll end up with this really smooth, creamy sauce, and it's kind of the color of like a fake cheese. I got a little bit crazy with the mix-in, and we've got a spill on the top of the Iceco, but don't worry because it's super easy to clean and it's all really hard plastic. We've got our handy dandy rice cooker. This is a must in my van life kitchen. So I'm gonna cook 1 cup of rice and it'll be done right arroz. That means rice in Spanish. Get 12% off your Iceco fridge with the coupon code FNAVanlife12 and enjoy your meal. Now back to the video.
One big issue we're having at the moment is that Starlink does not work here in Guatemala yet. Hopefully we get some roaming here soon or something. But with that being said, we're gonna have to find data.
The biggest cell phone provider here is called Tigo. We went into 1 or 2 of the little shops where you could refill Tigo, but they don't actually sell new SIM cards, so we need to go to the source.
Another really good thing about Tigo is that they actually give you more data than what you could get in Mexico, so we shouldn't be refilling it as often. The traffic here is real deal. There's always some type of traffic going on. I'm glad we're walking this and not driving it because I feel like the drive would take longer than the walk just from being stuck in traffic.
The whole place also smells like car fumes. It's a lot.
When you're getting set up in a new country, I think one of the best things you could do is kind of walk around the area that you're in so you get to understand the area and know what's going on, and you can see where the traffic is, and maybe you can figure out ways to avoid these things. When you come to the Tigo, and you're from out of the country, you have to bring a passport with you, so don't forget that.
I showed him a copy of my passport and they said, no, we need the physical one. So we have to walk 20 minutes back to the vehicle and then 20 minutes back here. So maybe we make a pit stop for some like juice or something, very thirsty.
Yeah. Now that we have a big walk back, one thing that we could do is we could get familiar with the city. So it's a learning
You're always
process.
looking on the bright side, Frank. I'm a little bit tired of this walking stuff, so.
Come on, it's exercise, babe.
Exercise.
Exercise.
We are going to take a different path because why not? You know, you get to see new things. Maybe they might have some really good food on this path. I've heard once you leave Mexico, the food gets worse. We're gonna have to try to see.
Claro is the other Wi-Fi provider here in Guatemala. Maybe we go and see if they need us to make a 40-minute walk to sign up. I did hear that Tigo was the best and had the best coverage and the fastest service. I don't know, am I just being lazy?
It's worth asking and finding out. And
Okay.
seeing if you need your passport.
She needs the original also, so let's take a walk.
That's a lot of legs. I got myself a cold brew here, and like supposedly this is like the best spot to get coffee. And I'll tell you what, this is a delicious cold brew. It almost has like a chocolate smell to it and flavor, but I don't know if there's chocolate in it. We'll have to ask him.
Paco's very hungry.
We got back to the van, we took a little break, Paco ate some food, and now we're about to head back out. As we walked away, we realized that we forgot the most important thing, and that was our passports. So now we had to walk back and walk there again. Luckily, we didn't make it the full way and waste a lot of time. Also, it looks like the rain might be on the way, so we might get caught in it on the way back.
Ooh, we're gonna get the umbrella.
Just found a store called I almost said Mama Maria. It's called Maria Jose, and it reminded us of Tio Ventura, and we miss you guys so much. We're in Guatemala, and there's like little messages telling us to say hello, maybe give you guys a call. So we miss you, and we can't wait to see the baby, because we know the baby's coming soon.
These are not sidewalks for small people. Big people, small, I don't know. This is very tight. We're gonna keep our T-Mobile cards for now because they're working still, but we're just gonna get an extra one for our mobile router thing. It's 10 quetzales to get the SIM card, but now we need to go to one of those shops we were at before to add the data. It's a little bit of a runaround.
Yeah, well, basically here you could get contracts, and there you could do just 30 days and not have to worry about a contract. And since we're only going to be here for about a month, it's better to go that way. One thing that's kind of cool too is the cops that are here, they are on motorcycles.
2 of them on that one bike?
2 of them on that one bike,
Oh
it looks
my
like.
goodness.
Yeah. And now they're out. Look.
2 on a bike.
Another thing I absolutely love about this country is the bus transportation. It's so cool to see how they deck out their buses on the outside. The exterior, they normally make them look all shiny and bright, and they have different colors on them. It's really cool.
Very cute, yes, I'm glad. We're gonna eat some food because we're both very hungry from all that walking.
First thing on the menu?
A little bit of guacamole. We came to a Mexican restaurant. I don't know if that's like against the rules, but.
Alex, what happened?
I keep kind of misordering today. I feel like this is not what I thought that it was. There's so much mayo. Even though it was a Mexican restaurant, it was definitely a different kind of Mexican food than you would get in Mexico. So I think we need to get better at our ordering skills here in Guatemala so that we can really get what we want.
I think our Espanol, like the Espanol here, is slightly different. I noticed that it's harder for me to understand a little bit as well.
So we're doing our best. we've got our internet, we've got our spot. We're feeling a little bit more comfortable here in Guatemala. So now,
we've learned that Guatemala is like the home, the place where chocolate was born. And so we're gonna go get some chocolate.
because what better way to get to know a place than to eat some of the local cuisine?
And chocolate's on the menu.
Hopefully no mayo though. It's a cafe and a little bit of a museum. The walls and everything are covered in artifacts and really cool things to check out, but don't touch. Unfortunately, Paco cannot have any of the chocolate because dogs are allergic to chocolate.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep it all for ourselves, but we did get him a little treat.
Oh, buddy. Paco, sit.
Sit, down, sit, wait.
We both got the pure hot chocolate, which is just the chocolate and water. It's very hot, so we might need to take a little break before we dive into that. But look at this.
Oh my gosh, that's my dream.
This right here is my dream come true. I love brownies and I love ice cream, so it's supposed to be the best from Guatemala. Oh, it's so soft. That is a rich brownie. That is really good. It's like a different kind of sweetness to it.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. It's not sweet like a traditional hot chocolate. It's kind of got like a nuttiness behind it.
Ooh.
And it's like, it's definitely chocolate and it's definitely sweet, but it's like not Nesquik. Even close.
That is very interesting in a good way. It just doesn't taste like your typical hot chocolate.
I think this is the way we should have been doing hot chocolate all along.
I'm all hopped up on that chocolate sugar rush.
That's how I feel.
Nothing can stop her. She's all the way up.
You know what we should do?
What?
I think it's raining.
Should we shower?
We should get pina coladas, cause we're gonna get lost in the rain. Those seem to be very rare here. Stoplights are like non-existent, but there's one here, which is kind of cool.
Waited at the stoplight and was like, wow, look, Frank, a stoplight. Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Squeezing it, sucking it, guys, sucking it.
I think we're both feeling a little bit all the way up from that hot chocolate.
The chocolate high, like the caffeine high, feels a little bit better than the coffee one.
The coffee high, caffeine
like
high is like, ooh.
It's like extra.
Yeah, but this is just like, okay.
Woo, we made it back safely in the rain.
Wow, we missed the worst of the rain. When we were in the cafe, the roof just started going ding, ding, ding. We're like, oh no.
And then when we got out, it was just barely drizzling. So it was nice to be able to miss that rain.
Perfect timing. It definitely is raining a lot more here than anywhere else that we've been on our travels. So we've found wet season in Central America.
And it's taken us 3 days to really get comfortable with Guatemala and knowing that we have all the things that we need to make this adventure here in Guatemala, in our 9 country, in 9 months. This is the second one.
We're really excited to take you guys on the adventure, so be sure to subscribe. Watch this video right here to see where we've been so far, and make sure that you're here next week. A huge thank you to all of our Patreons. Because of you, Frank gets one dad joke a week.
Start to descend into our destination, so can everybody put their seatbelts on and put your chairs in the upright position.